What's up YouTube? It's me, Evan, back with another video game collection video, this time for the PS4. Now this is my current console at the time. I haven't got a PS5 yet because I'm waiting for a PS5 Pro. That's what I did with the PS4 here. This is the PS4 Pro. I waited until this came out. This was my first PS4. I'm tired of being a beta tester for their launch consoles, so I just get the Pro once they kind of perfect the system. I gotta say I'm loving this system so far. I have it standing up because of a space issue. Here's the standard controller. This is the third one I had to get because playing fighting games. I wore the first D-pad out with Injustice 2 Gods Among Us. I played it so much. And the second D-pad I wore out was on Dragon Ball FighterZ. So then after that I decided not to use these for fighting games anymore, and I experimented with getting a million different fighting controllers. I'll go through all of them. But this controller for regular gaming is amazing. I always hated the DualShock on all the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I really didn't like them. They weren't comfortable. They didn't feel good. This is the first time they got it right. This feels comfortable. I don't have any issues. Again, the D-pad wears out in fighting games, but yeah, this is an awesome controller. I really like it. And also for fighting games, I did get a fight stick, but I really only use that for the Versus series, so I only use that on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. But like Street Fighter and stuff like that, I like to use a controller. Alright, let me go through all the different fighting game pads I tried. This one is a Hori Mini. I don't know why I tried this. I think I found it for clearance super cheap, like a couple bucks, so I decided to check it out. It really sucks. It feels like a little kid product. It's not good. Next I tried was another Hori controller. The button layout's perfect. This is too fat, uncomfortable. The D-pad is really shitty. It's like a SNES D-pad. I didn't like it. The main controller I went with was a Mad Catz fight controller. I went through 4 of them. The D-pad had a plastic stick underneath, and it kept breaking on Dragon Ball FighterZ because I played hundreds of hours of the game, and it kept breaking. So I stopped buying the Mad Catz one. It was just a waste of money, and started looking into Hori. This was the next Hori fighting controller I tried. It has the clicky D-pad. Didn't really like it. Wasn't comfortable holding it like this. Couldn't get down with it. Then I found the Grail of controllers. Fusion by Power A. Wired Fight Pad Flare. This thing, they based it off of my favorite console controller of all time, Sega Saturn, and they improved upon it. So this is it. It's heavy. Feels like it's made out of metal. The D-pad is flawless, perfect. I played hundreds of hours on this one. Never had an issue. Never wore it out. The buttons, fantastic. Trigger's good. And that shape, it's so comfortable. This is the greatest controller ever made in the history of controllers. I love it. And a cool thing about it comes with swappable faceplates. So it's just magnetized. So you can make it black, blue, or white. I like the black. Reminds me of Sega Saturn. I highly recommend this if you can find it. I bought 2 of them. I've taken it to tournaments. It's great. Next up is the PSVR. I got this. Never had tried VR in my life. And I really enjoyed it. The games I got for it were a lot of fun. I really like playing it. The only problem is hooking it up. This is all the wires and connections. It was a pain in the ass to hook up, and I couldn't leave it hooked up because it's in a, common area in the house, the system. It's in our main living quarters, so you can't have this mess just laying around. There's no place to hide it where I have it either, so I don't really get it out and play it as much as I want because it's a pain to keep hooking it up and unhooking it. Next up, we're going to get onto the games. First, I'm going to start with the fighting games because that's my favorite genre. And this is my favorite fighting game, probably of all time now. Dragon Ball FighterZ. This is the special edition. Came with a Goku action figure and 2 DLC characters and some trading card game. I don't know how to play it. Like a Yu-Gi-Oh! But for Dragon Ball. Yeah, so I absolutely love this game. I got so addicted to it. I would enter tournaments and stuff like that, in-person tournaments, and once the pandemic hit, in-person tournaments were gone. Tried to enter online tournaments, and every one of them used Discord to officiate, I guess, and I downloaded Discord, and I couldn't figure out how to use it. I got kicked out of 2 tournaments because I couldn't figure out how to check in or how to use it. So then I just quit playing the game. Besides, I got so addicted to the game, it was affecting my everyday life. I played it too much. So I really haven't played it since shortly after the pandemic. But the millions of hours I spent in it, I did love it. To me, it's the greatest sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 ever. Next up is the Injustice 2 Gods Among Us. This is another game I was obsessed with. I got the Steel Case Special Edition because it came with the download code to play as Darkseid, and that's who I mained in the game. And that's who I put all the hours in with. I love this game. Much better than the first game. Then this is the game that made me quit Injustice 2. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. This is the Steel Case Special Edition. Love this gameplay. I bought a Hori fight stick to play it. My team was Venom and Black Panther. I really enjoyed the game. Played it a lot, but the graphics were horrendous. Once Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, I stopped playing this, and my life became Dragon Ball FighterZ. Next up is Street Fighter V. Really late to the game in this one because, I waited for PS5 Pro. This game I really didn't love too much. Thought it was okay. Didn't play it much. Just a Street Fighter fan, so I had to check it out. I'm one of those suckers that Capcom makes bank on where I buy the different versions. This came with more DLC. I think it was exclusive to GameStop too. So it was a better version than the first game. It was okay. This got more play on my system than Street Fighter V. This is the Anniversary Collection. It has all the arcade games here. Alpha 3 is one of my favorites. Street Fighter 2. Third Strike, I'm not too good at, but love playing this. This was fun to play online. And this also came with the DLC for... Not DLC. It came with a downloadable code for Street Fighter 4. So I have every single Street Fighter game on my PS4. From 1 through 5, yeah. So I can play any of them online. Pretty cool. Another great collection, Capcom Fighting Game Collection. I'm a huge Vampire Saviors fan. This came with Darkstalkers and Vampire Saviors. And Vampire Saviors 2. Cyberbots. A lot. I have all these games on the Sega Saturn already, except for Red Earth. That's one that never came to America. So that's why this was really cool to get. But Red Earth, it's like an RPG fighting game. I really didn't like it. But all these other games I love. It's like having a Sega Saturn all in one place. Then we got Burning Blood, a one-piece fighting game. It's an arena fighter. The graphics aren't too good, but I really enjoyed playing it. I mained Koala, and yeah, you could just punch people through out of the arena and through ships and through mountains. It was really cool. I liked it. Then here goes Jump Force. I have the entire collection of the Jump crossover games from every system. And I love the one for PS3. It was my favorite. I loved playing it. But I think that one was called Jump Victory Versus. But this one was horrendous. This was almost unplayable. It was so bad. The graphics were really weird looking. They tried to make them look really realistic. But I got the special edition. And came with steel case, regular case, and a statue with these three on it. I just have it displayed, turn Goku to the back because I can't stand Goku, but I love these two characters. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend getting the game. Just the collector and nerd in me had to have it. I thought it was going to be good after Victory Versus, but it's not. The gameplay sucks. And then I love Smash Brothers, always looking for Smash Brothers clones. So I got this one. Haven't had a chance to play it yet, being a full-time job adult having this. But I'll check it out someday. I also downloaded that WB one. I thought that was going to be great. With, Superman versus Iron Giant and all that. I really didn't like it. So I'm sure I probably won't like this one too, but I'll try it eventually. And then this one I just recently picked up. I'm not a Tekken fan, but I'm a crossover fan and I love Akuma. So I had to get this because he's in it. Haven't had a chance to play it yet. Hopefully someday soon I will. Looks really cool from what I've seen. This is the main reason why I bought this console, Rock Band 4. I have Rock Band 1, 2, 3, and I had to get 4. It's one of my favorite game series of all time. I main the drums now. You can use your old instruments on this game still, which was cool. So I got my original drums. I couldn't download all my songs onto this because I was too late. Some of them expired, like my Guns N' Roses songs I couldn't bring over because the license agreement wore out on it. That's one thing about not early adopting. You miss out on some stuff like that. But I do have over 800 songs for Rock Band 4 because of all the DLC and having all the games you can bring over. My wife plays this with me. She sings. I drum. I play it on Expert Pro. Love it. Here goes some of my PlayStation VR games. Now, I have a One Piece VR game and an awesome demo pack downloaded onto the system that is a lot of fun to play. But this is the first game I bought for it. It's an on-rail shooter. It's a lot of fun. It's totally awesome. It's kind of set in the world of Until Dawn, which is an amazing game. This I found at a flea market for $5. Haven't tried it yet. Haven't had time. And this one I think came free with PSVR. Haven't tried it yet either. And then here's a limited game, Darius Collection. I have Darius on Sega Saturn. It's a shoot 'em up that I loved. So I decided to pick it up on this. So it has all the arcade games and all the console games. Only one worth playing was the one on Saturn, which is in here. It's pretty cool if you're into shoot 'em ups. I was really, really late to the party with this because I'm a physical media guy. I didn't want to download the game, so I waited for them to come out with a physical copy. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing this. I played it a lot. Wasn't able to beat it, but I got pretty far. One of my all-time favorite game series, Pirate Warriors 2, is in my top 5 favorite video game of all time. One Pirate Warriors 3 was also amazing. Still like 2 better the way you collect the coins and the replay value, but this is still really, really good. Love it. It's like a Dynasty Warrior game where you go around, you just wipe out thousands and thousands of enemy. You get a lot of different characters, special moves. Follows the One Piece story a bit. Graphics are great. This is Pirate Warriors 4. Good too. Oh yeah, I did platinum both these games. Love them to death. This is One Piece Odyssey. It's a JRPG, which I love, and it's turn-based. It had a decent story, really fun gameplay. I platinumed this too. I loved it. This was a lot of fun. This is a game. I don't like the Assassin's Creed series, but I love pirates. And I played this on the PS3, and I loved all the pirating in it. I didn't like the assassination missions, but I love all the high seas and ship battles and stuff like that, and fishing and hunting. So, played it on PS3, decided to get it on PS4 as well, because it should be an upgraded version. Haven't played it yet, but I did play it on PS3 and loved it to death. I'm not a first-person shooter fan, but decided to check this one out off everyone saying how great it was. I played it for a while, and then the file froze, and the game froze, and the file became corrupted somehow. So I had to delete it, and I haven't picked it up again since. I didn't think it was worth my time replaying it. Alright. I love Naughty Dog. I love the Uncharted series. I played every game except for the PSP version. And when they came out with this, it got nothing but rave reviews, but I never played it on the PS3. I thought it was dumb that it wasn't real zombies. It was like some fungus or something. But it got a lot of good reviews, so once I got a PS4, I decided to check it out. Played it from start to finish. I loved it to death. This was an amazing game, great story, amazing graphics. And then part 2, I heard so many bad things about. I never got spoiled, but I just heard nothing but bad things and bad reviews and videos online of people breaking their discs and lighting them on fire. And so I was like, oh, I'm still gonna play it because I don't really trust what people say. But I waited until just I think 2023. Yeah, 2023. I played it, and I loved it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Thought the story was great. Graphics are amazing. Gameplay was out of this world. Great game. I highly recommend both these. This is a game I loved on PS2, so once it got remastered, I had to get it. Shadow Colossus. I got this one. Played it and beat it. Amazing. Looked great. Played great. Love it. This is another Dynasty Warriors type game based off Berserk, just like the Pirate Warriors game. And graphics are amazing. It's a lot of fun. I didn't have enough time to beat it, but I did play a good amount of it. This was a game I was also late to the party on. Heard nothing but great things. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero, so I had to check it out. I hated the way the suit looked, but thank God when you play the game, you can unlock classic suit. And that's what I played with the whole game. Never changed it. But I love the gameplay and enjoyed it a lot. I did platinum it. This is the first game I can remember where it had real actors in it and they looked like themselves. It was weird playing as actual actors. Like the girl from Heroes was in here, the cheerleader. This game was awesome, man. I loved it. It was a good story. Gameplay was decent. Graphics were okay. I had a lot of fun. It has multiple different endings. I couldn't save everybody. I think I only saved 3 of them. And the 3 characters I hated the most. The ones that were like real douchey and stuff. So I was kind of mad about that. But I love it. It's a great game. Picked up Kingdom Hearts 3. I really, really love the graphics on this. Didn't like the story. Because again, didn't really follow the crossover between Final Fantasy. There's way less Final Fantasy characters in it and just more made up characters. But they did travel to a lot of Disney worlds. I made it to the Pirates of the Caribbean part. And then I stopped playing the game because I wasn't leveled up enough to be on that area. I accidentally skipped a world. But I did play through the Toy Story one, and I really, really enjoyed that. I may go back to it someday. I'm a huge Sonic fan, Sega Fanboys, so I had to get this. I got this, download it and played it and beat it. And then once they released the physical, I had to get it. So that's why I didn't open it, because I already played and beat it. Really enjoyed it. Sonic Racing, I love Sonic Racing on PS3. This was pretty good. I liked it. It wasn't the best. I think the first Sonic Racing was the best one. Well, the other one used to be called Sega Racing, but now I just picked this up. I've been playing this. It has like all the old titles. It has a ton. 16 classic titles. It's a lot of fun. Brings me back to my childhood. Keeping with the Sega theme, got Shimu III. Found this at a comic convention. Didn't even know it existed, so I had to check it out. I didn't play it yet. Just recently got it. All right. If there's a system and Evan owns it, there's got to be a Godzilla game on it. Here we go. Got this. This is like a Godzilla simulator. I haven't had a chance to play this version yet. I had it on the PS3 and I played it and platinumed it. I loved it to death. This version's way better. I guess you get to play as different characters and better graphics. So I haven't played it yet, but I did platinum the PS3 version. I will get to it eventually. And then I love crossovers and giant monsters, and this is both. This is Shrouded in Shadows or City in Shadows. It has Gamera, Ultraman, Evangelion, Appleseed, Godzilla, all in one game. You play as a person running through the city, trying not to get crushed by the monsters. Haven't had a chance to play it yet, but this is a great, crossover, which can't pass up. Plus Godzilla's in it. One Piece is my all-time favorite anime. Second is Fairy Tail. I know Fairy Tail's a ripoff of One Piece in a lot of ways. The artist definitely stole a lot of, but I still love Fairy Tail, and this is a JRPG, turn-based. I platinumed this as well. I loved it. This was taken right out of the manga, one of the arcs you pick up. So if you haven't read the manga or watched the anime, you'll be totally lost. But the gameplay is so good. I love it. It has almost all my favorite characters on the cover. Missing Laxus, but great game. I know these are childish. I've never owned a Lego in my life, but these games are so fun to me. I mean, the Lego Batman 3 was the first one I got. I loved it to death. So, plus anything with Darkseid in it, I have to get it for my Darkseid collection. I played this. I platinumed it. It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend all the Lego games, except for I tried Marvel Lego. That one was a glitch fest. I really didn't like it. A lot of these do have glitches, but not to the extent where it makes it so bad. But Marvel was pretty bad, but this one's really good. This game got announced. I was beyond hyped. I couldn't wait for this. This game was so much fun. You play as a shark. You started as a baby shark, and you eat and grow as time goes on. You get big enough, and you get radiated. You get big enough to fight and eat whales. And you get special powers and abilities. Love this game. So much fun. Highly recommend it. Uncharted 4. Love this game to death. Beat it all the way through. Great story. Great graphics. Great gameplay. Now my version's still wrapped because I borrowed it from a friend who had a PS4 before me, and I played his and beat it. So then I waited until I could find the cheapest copy I could find, and that's why I bought this one. Got it for a good price. And then here's a game. I love everything Japanese. I love samurai. This game is incredible. I don't think it was made by Japanese people. It was made by the people who made Sly Cooper, which is one of my all-time favorite games. They did a great job. I mean, I platinumed this game as well. I enjoyed it so much. I stayed away from the main story. I did all the side stories. I completed all of them before I went to the main story. It took me hours and hours and hours to beat it because I love going around. Everyone that stops you and asks for help, I would always do every little thing. I maxed out all my attributes way before I got to the end boss. Great game. This is the last one in my collection for now. Thanks for watching. I'll be up with another collection video soon.